Okay, you guys. So I tuned into Hakite's live stream to get caught up on what happened because I missed it last night when it was live. So I kind of like skimmed through it, and there is a part where Dovekitty comes in, and those two started going off on each other. I was surprised, but anyways, you guys, this is what happened.
Okay, say something. Hello?
Hello.
Hi,
What?
how are you?
My other earbuds didn't work, so I had to get a different pair. I
Okay,
apologize.
okay. Okay, I trust you now that I heard your voice. Hold on a second, I'll put you on the screen. Please. Okay. So, what would you like to ask me?
I'm just not understanding why you're being so angry at people for things that happened 3 years ago. Like a lot of us have already known about this. So
What are
like
you
you're
talking about
being
specifically?
honestly crazy. Honestly, you're being crazy. And please don't like turn me off, but um
Mhm.
but like you went at Yato that one day.
Okay,
Like
but
you don't even
hold
understand
on.
Yato.
Can I interrupt you for a second? Okay. First of all, I'm not
Sure.
even going at that because both of us were drunk and it doesn't even matter. But you said that it was Belinda, Gigi, and Hussy you didn't understand, and I'd like to explain it to you.
And also, you guys, sorry, I tried to record this with the side chat. The side chat was not available. I don't know if we're still rendering, but that's why there is no side chat.
I don't
Can,
understand how you think that they're.
so, do you want me to explain it if you don't understand? Because I
Sure,
want
go
to have a
ahead. You can try and
conversation.
explain it to me, but
Okay.
I don't think that they're what you think they are. So go ahead. No, I'm
Okay, that's
willing to
fine.
listen.
My issue with Belinda is that she covered the Zoom situation. Do you know about Zoom the pedophile?
Of course I do. I've known about him for about 7 years.
And what do you know about him?
Well, Drag first covered him.
Yep.
The Geek Room covered him.
I didn't
So
say
did
who
the
covered
Drunken
him. I asked what
Peasants.
you know about him.
That he's a fucking PDF. Duh.
What else?
What else do I need to know?
And that's my problem. Okay, so let me tell
Well,
you why I
what
have a
else?
problem.
You see, right there, Azria, that was like a wrong take because she told her that she knew that he was a PDF, and it came in hot for her because she cared then when it happened. Now you're coming hot for her because she is not expressing it the way you want it to be expressed.
Do I need to know?
Okay, let me
I
tell
don't
you,
need to know
Execute.
about his victims.
I am. If you don't care, that's fine. She came to this platform and she said that he hacked into a ring light camera when there was actually a minor who was forced to watch a 6-year-old be raped. Okay. She didn't say anything to anybody about those two. And I believe that contributed to people that were willing to help not being around to help. So now that we are aware of them, there's about 15 people working on this now behind the scenes.
See, Azria, this is why people get frustrated. I didn't see the live stream that Belinda did on Zoom. I don't care to see it, honestly. This is a subject I really don't want to touch. And you seem to be haunting on the fact that Belinda did not cover this the way you want it to be covered. And that's why people are so frustrated about it. Who cares whether Belinda covered it or not? Like, honestly, who cares? You want to cover it? Cover it. Don't stop being upset at people for not covering it the way you want it to be covered. You know what I mean? Like you're losing the fight, or you're losing the argument, you're losing people being behind you on the whole thing because you seem to be so honed in on how other people covered it. Like it's getting frustrating, honestly.
And we also have somebody in a good position that's waiting for information. That could have been done
Okay, so
before.
you don't think that Zoom hasn't always been investigated since day one, as in a couple other big YouTubers that do this kind of stuff? Like you're
But
not alone in your quest here, girl.
that doesn't have
No,
anything.
you're not
We're
alone
in
in your
girl world.
quest. You're not
We're
the
in
great
girl world.
savior.
And also, I have a problem with them talking about a 4-year-old every single day because they wanted to go at Yaba and
Let's
Sam.
talk about the.
And again, Arsula, that's not a losing point. I have yet to see anybody talking about the 4-year-old. People don't even mention the 4-year-old except for the farms. Those are the only people that actually mention the 4-year-old, and that's a losing argument for you. From what I have personally seen or saw is that people ridicule the way Yaba, nobody cares about Yaba. The way Yaba dealt with the whole situation and the way Yaba tried to use the whole situation to her benefit by hiding behind the victim. And Yaba, knowing the information for almost a year and have the balls to turn around and act like a victim. Like I said again, that's the main reason why people go after Yaba. People don't go after the 4-year-old. I've yet to see anybody mention the 4-year-old. They just go after her because of her behavior after the fact and during the fact. So it's disingenuous for you to keep on saying that people are using the 4-year-old. No, people are not using the 4-year-old, because then technically people can also say that you are using Zoom's victim as well. You understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Anybody? Let me know if it does not make any sense.
4-year-old. They talk
I'm
about the
not finished
behavior
my
that the
sentence, and
parents
you're not
did.
going to speak over me on my own channel, and you're also not going to interrupt me. So if you want this to progress, I would like you to respect me. Can we do that? Don't interrupt me. It's
Well, I
rude.
don't know if you can respect me because you've interrupted me 3 times. But
Because
go
you
ahead.
keep interrupting me.
Go
Okay.
ahead.
So you're asking me what my problem is. I'm telling you, you're minimizing it. That's up to you. You want to minimize it. You don't care. That's fine. I was Belinda's moderator, and I was in that chat, and it was constantly brought up because it was a gotcha. And then the Zoom situation, she went on Twitter and she made. You want to see the tweets? Oh, it'd be really fucked up for Music Biz Marty to see that Zoom and DC and Bodega were in a Discord, and it's a fucking joke to her, and that's a problem for me. And that's my problem. Hussy,
What? Why? Why? Because that's always been a thing. Do
what?
you understand who Marty was and what Zoom
You're
is?
totally missing what I'm saying. It's Policia, not
I'm
Music Biz
listening.
Marty. Okay?
Okay, I get what Azria is saying, but also hear me out. Is Azria also assuming that people did not contact the police, FBI, whatever? Is she assuming that people did not do the best that they could and passed it on to the right people? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, this whole argument, I don't feel like it should be tried on the interwebs. Like, it should not be tried on the interwebs. Okay, you want it to be dealt with the police, do what you need to do to pass on the information and let the police handle it. Policing other people, how they dealt with it, is not going to resolve anything at all. It's not going to resolve anything.
And if
Well,
you're
of
going to
course,
talk,
he's
and if
dead
you're,
now.
Jesus Christ, was he dead then though when she wrote the tweet? No. Can we please just like focus? And also, she should have told people, why are you keeping information from people and then going and telling a portion of it and then only caring to use it against and weaponize it against your enemies because you don't care. And if she doesn't care, she shouldn't have talked about it. And that's my problem. If you don't have a problem, that's fine.
Okay.
And
Is it
Hussy
my
and
turn
Gigi
to
have a
talk yet?
problem with me now because that's their boss. Sure.
Okay. Okay. Is it my turn to talk yet?
I just said sure. You know I did. So go.
Well, sorry, but you're
Yeah,
still
because you want to
talking.
be rude. So just go. I wasn't even
No, I was
talking.
asking. I
All
was
right. Well, I
not
don't want to
trying to
drag
be
you,
rude.
Dove. So go. Because I literally said
Well,
I'm
no,
done. You
you
can
can
go. You're like,
drag me
can I
all you
keep
want. It
going?
doesn't really matter
All
to
right.
me.
I could tell you're a little loop, but
Okay.
just go ahead. Go.
I'm not on a loop.
No,
First
you're loop.
off, I'm not. Lots of people had covered Zoom way back in the day.
I'm talking
Okay.
about Belinda.
Okay. And
Okay, now as well, I find it odd and weird. Why you so honed in on how Belinda handled the situation? At first, so because I'm going by, I'm walking. This is how I can think. I just get out of the house. But why you so honed in on Belinda? At first you said you were upset because people were not covering the case, did not cover the case. So then people told you like, no, you were wrong. A lot of people covered it, including Mr. Madiger. Okay, and then now I feel like your argument has back to being reformulated into, well, Belinda didn't cover it this way. And you have Dovekitty right there, again, telling you this happened how many years ago? And a lot of people covered it, including Dragnot. And of course, that is not good enough for you. It's like, so what do you want, Azria? Honestly, like, I see why people are getting frustrated. You know, I see why people are getting frustrated with you, because it's like you're so honed in on Belinda. With you and Belinda, honestly, I feel like it's not really about Zoom. It's about something else, because your responses to what your initial complaint was about and people pointing you in the right direction, you were not having it. You were not having it, and you had to reformulate your argument. And somehow it always comes back to Belinda. Why? Why does it matter? Why does it matter so much? You should be grateful or happy that people saw the situation, did the best they could, and you want to keep on dealing with it? Pick up the mantle and continue on until you get the results that you want. But that's not good enough for you. You keep on hunting back to Belinda. Why?
Lots of people had covered Belinda when she was still in with like the Hater Nation part, which was next. It didn't actually include the bodega. The bodega
I
started
don't
out
care about any of this,
separate.
and I'm already bored, yo. Listen, let
Okay,
me do
well you're
something, okay?
okay. Well, see, I didn't get a chance to
Because I
finish.
don't. What are you saying right now? Nothing of this matters. I was in the chat. I was covering it, and people. I said, "Did you guys know about this?" Because all I heard was a ring cam. I had no idea there was a victim on a camera, and everyone was like, "No, no, 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 no." Nobody heard about it. I have a
That's
problem.
not true.
Well, that's
Everybody knew about Zoom's ring cam
well, not everybody in
victim.
my chat. Okay.
But Azria, you also gotta remember, not everybody was around that time when Zoom happened. Just like you didn't know about Zoom until recently, you honestly cannot, in good faith, honestly expect everybody else in your chat to know about Zoom. You know? If they were not around that time, they would not know about Zoom. Like, make it make sense.
Hey,
Oh my God, because they're
you
just
didn't say
not as far back.
ring
Okay,
cam
stop.
victim. What are you talking
First
about?
off, you're not even as aware of Girl
No,
World and what
you're
has been
wrong
going on.
because it was more than a ring cam. And this is what I mean. The ring cam victims were one set of victims. Then there was another
One.
victim who's actually with him still. Okay. There was another
Okay, so
victim.
you're still trying
Okay.
to find this
And then
victim? Are you trying to
it's,
exploit her?
what are you talking about?
Well, if you're trying to find this victim, are you exploiting
Do
her?
you see me making any content about finding her? Did you see me drag everybody in then move
Well, you
on?
did say that we don't know about her, and maybe we should find her and find out what's going on. And I was
And I
going to
also
ask,
said, and I said, anybody who wants to help behind the scenes, reach out. I'm not going to make content out of this. You don't even watch me. You're just here to cape for
I
Belinda, and you don't even know what
absolutely
I've
do.
said.
I absolutely do. I absolutely do. I might
Then you
fall
know.
asleep for an hour or two, but you know what?
Okay.
I mean, I'm sorry. If you're telling me go back and look at my streams, I mean, ma'am, you have 12-hour streams. It's hard to get a timestamp
I'm
exact.
pretty sure I
But
started out that
hear
stream
me tell you,
upset.
I am always in your chats.
Not now, recently, but
Absolutely
yeah.
always.
Nope.
Yes, I am.
You just got here
I
earlier.
just don't know.
Oh my God.
Yes, I was here earlier, wasn't I? Yes. And
No,
then
you
I
just
got
got here a
off
few minutes ago, and
because
then it just
I had to
ended.
cook dinner for my family. I had
Oh my
things to
God.
do. I got family. I got a life, okay? But I came back. I did have you in my earbuds. I had to change my earbuds for this. And you are out of control with all of this accusing Belinda for swatting Hussey, for going at Hussey, for going at
I never
Belinda, for
said she was
going at
going.
Gigi, when
Okay.
none of these people did anything.
Well, I
They
say otherwise,
exposed
and I don't
them.
give a fuck. How
All
about
right.
that?
Well, okay, let's find out who the original person was that actually exposed Zoom.
Okay, Azria, from your response right there, this is why people feel like you're losing the argument, you're losing the momentum, you're losing the argument. If it is about Zoom, why are you honing in on Belinda so hard? I don't understand it. This has nothing to do with Yaba and Sam. You keep on using Yaba and Sam. That's semantics. This is not really about the Zoom situation. It's about something else. What is it? Just let us know. What is it?
How
Why?
about you
I'm
find
talking
that?
about Belinda. I'm talking about
Dragnot.
Belinda.
No, Dragnot
I'm talking
and
about
Geek Room were
Belinda.
the original.
You see, and again, Dovekitty is trying to tell her, listen, even Dragnot covered this. This is how I found out about this thing. Dovekitty has been around for a minute. Azria doesn't want to hear it. It's like, I feel like at this point you're playing semantics. People at this point, you're playing semantics. I'm sorry.
Original people that expose
he's not here. He's not here. I don't care. I'm talking about Belinda.
Okay, but they are the two original groups that originally
Doesn't matter.
exposed Zoom.
I've heard her say Zoom.
See,
I've
there's
heard
your
her.
problem.
No, your problem is that I
care.
learned through Zoom through Belinda. Dragnot wasn't here when I was here. I got here 2 or 3 years ago, or 2 years ago. The reason I heard about Zoom and it was just a Ring camera was from Belinda. She didn't cover it properly. You don't forget the victims, and that's a problem for me. If you want to make excuses, go ahead.
This is odd. So you heard it from Belinda, but now you're upset at Belinda because she didn't cover it the way you want it to be covered. I'm sorry, Azria. This makes no sense. This makes absolutely no sense. So if it wasn't for Belinda, you would have not known about Zoom. Why are we so angry? Cover it the way you want to be covered. I don't get this.
But don't come and try
why
to
why are we focusing on the victim? How about we leave the victim alone and not make her traumatized
Where
again?
is she? Where is she? Because the last time anyone
I don't need to know that information.
Well, that's because you don't care.
I don't need to know that.
Because you don't care. And that's why you and I, we
that is not
get it.
Absolutely, that is a false statement.
Nope. You don't care.
I do not need to re-victimize a victim.
You're not re-victimizing a victim by making sure they're not dead.
And I don't like to be sexually assaulted again.
Okay, so then
Okay, so let's say you guys locate the victim. Then what? Then what? So you're going to ask her, hey, were you whatever by Zoom? I don't understand. Like, you find the victim and then what? Like Dovekitty said, what if this person wants all that stuff left behind in her past? She doesn't want to talk about it. She doesn't want to deal with it. And then here comes you guys re-victimizing her all over again. So that's my main question. You find this girl and then what?
Good to know she's with the pedophile, right? It'd be good to know she's not with him then, right?
Why? Why do you need to know this?
Oh, you're lubed.
No. You are trying to gaslight me. No. Do you want to know who the biggest person that exposed Zoom?
Doesn't matter. I'm talking about Belinda. I'm talking about.
Yeah, okay. If I was if I was wavering before about what this is really not about, yeah, this is really starting to sound like it's really not about Zoom. It's really not about Zoom. It's about Belinda. Belinda, you bitch, what the hell did you do to Azria? Because to me, it doesn't sound like it's really about Zoom. It's something deeper than that.
No, it's Miss Parker.
I didn't watch that. I'm in girl.
No.
Didn't watch Miss Parker. She wasn't here when I got here. I'm talking about Belinda.
Exactly.
You asked me my problem.
See, that's the whole thing.
Okay, you see, Azria, that's the issue. That is the main freaking issue. People are telling you you were not around then. So many people beat this horse to pulp. It is dead. It is rotten. It's not good enough for you. She is trying to tell you it is not good enough for you. What is it then? Absolutely, I don't get it. Now, what is it?
It doesn't matter because still Belinda still did not mention those kids. None of what you're saying matters. Oh,
why would we mention children? Are you?
Wait a minute. Earlier you were upset because you said people were mentioning the 4-year-old or using the 4-year-old. I never heard anybody mentioning or talking about the 4-year-old or talking about Yaba's actions. And now you're upset about people. I never heard anybody talking about the 4-year-old. Now you want people to be talking about the victim. Your argument falls flat again. This does not make any sense. It absolutely makes no sense.
Fucking psycho.
Because there's a child. Because there's a child.
Okay, but we don't mention children. This is
we don't?
world.
So then why the hell have you guys been talking about the 4-year-old and Jesse then if you don't mention
No one talked about the 4-year-old. We talked.
From the last statement that Dovekitty just said, I second that motion. I have yet to hear anybody talking about the 4-year-old except for Yaba. So the people should really be having an issue with is Yaba and Sam because they thought she capitalized on a 4-year-old and they did very well. You're upset at Belinda. Belinda never mentioned the 4-year-old. This is the part I don't understand.
About the behavior of Sam and Yaba after.
No.
That's what we talked about.
No.
Shut the fuck up and figure it out.
Oh, wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong.
I'm not wrong.
Yes, you are. And
No, I'm
Are
not.
you done? Are you done? Are
No,
you
I'm
done?
not done.
Why?
No, I'm not.
What do you want?
Unless you're going to kick me off and
What
not
do
be a
you
real
want?
person. Like,
What
come
do
on.
you want?
Absolutely not.
What do you want?
No, you need a reality check, ma'am.
No, you don't tell me shit. You ain't my mother, and you ain't my goddamn slave owner. How about
Well, you
that?
ain't mine either. I
Well,
was there.
and I don't
I've
care.
stayed here longer than you in
I
this
don't care. I
fucking
don't
community.
care.
Well, then I've seen it more than you have.
You still didn't know
Don't
about the
tell
girl. You
me
only knew
what's
about
been
the ring
going on.
camera, and you still were misinformed. You were still
No,
misinformed because you said the
no.
victim was ring camera. You didn't even know about the little girl or the girl in the CP. Still misinformed. And
We
don't
did
fucking come
not
on here and
need
tell
to know
me
more
what
than
I need
that.
to care about.
In
That's
fact, we
okay.
didn't even
Oh,
need to know about the little baby that
so go
had
talk
that
to
shit
Belinda.
happen with Sam and Yeba. You
So
know
go tell
why?
Belinda that.
Because it's bullshit. All we needed to know is that happened
Why are
and
you
they
telling me that?
made those mistakes. Now you
Why are you
need to
telling me
stop
that?
and let me finish a sentence. I
No,
get
you're
it.
talking shit, and I'm
No,
over
I'm
you.
not talking shit.
Yeah, you are. We don't need to know
No,
about the
I'm
thing.
not.
That is my
How about
problem,
you
and you're
let
just like
somebody else
Belinda to
finish a
me.
sentence? You're not bigger or smarter than me. I'm sorry,
I'm
ma'am.
definitely smarter, and I'm probably bigger.
I don't think so. You
Absolutely.
definitely have not been around longer than me because I've been
Okay, you're
around
old.
for
So
a long
what?
time.
And you still dumb as fuck and don't know what's going on. So what?
I'm not dumb as fuck. You are.
You're upset.
And Azria, this is what I'm saying. Like, you're gonna end up losing support. Like, people are telling you you're not willing to listen. This is very plain and clear. Okay, you are not happy with the way it was handled. Handle the way that you feel like it should have been handled. Okay, that's fine. That's a prerogative. But stop attacking other people the way they handled it. Like, that does not make any sense. It makes absolutely no sense.
You are
Because I
making
care about the kids. You
assumptions
sound
based
ridiculous.
on 3-year-old content that you have
That's
no
not content.
context on.
That's not
Yes, you
content.
have
Those
no
are children.
context on the 3-year-old video.
That's
You're
not
an idiot.
content. Those are children that we're talking about that you didn't even know
I
about.
said
I knew that
context,
Zoom
not
was a pedo.
content.
I knew
Jesus.
Zoom was a pedo and the victims are on the ring camera. Me, and then you don't want to know about the victim, but the last time anyone saw her
Why
was
would I want to know about the victim?
exactly because
Are
you don't
you
give a fuck.
fucking
So what are
sick
you
and
up here for
perverted?
then? So you up here. So what do you want? What are you talking about? Perverted? It's not sexual. Are you
Why would
okay?
you want to know about the
Are you
victim?
okay? Are you okay?
No, are you okay?
Why? Who would go to
Why do you
sexual?
want to know about a victim?
I want to know
Why?
she's alive, and I want to know she's still with the pedophile.
That's
Correct.
none of your business.
Yes, it is.
That is absolutely none.
Yes, it is.
If you
Yes,
want
it
to
is.
catch a predator, fine.
I want to
Leave
know
the
where she is
victims
first.
alone. What
No,
are you,
I
stupid
want
or
to know
just
where
dumb?
she is because she could still be with him. Are you really that fucking
Are
stupid?
you really serious? You
Anyway,
don't think that Zoom hasn't already been
definitely
picked up?
alcoholic.
Like, come
No,
on,
he was
get
literally
out
here
of
last
here.
month, you idiot.
Why are you
He was here
exploiting a
last month.
victim's
He was
essay?
here last
Why?
month. You don't
Why?
know what the
Why?
fuck you're
Why?
talking about.
Why are you
And you're not gonna
exploiting
get
a
a
victim?
cookie
Why?
from
Why are you
Belinda
exploiting
for
a
what you're
victim? Why are you
doing.
exploiting a
That's
victim?
how
Why are you exploiting a
what does
victim?
exploitation mean?
Huh?
Let me show you.
Tell
Let
me.
me look it up. Let me look it up.
Yep, well, you guys, that's how that conversation went. It was only a couple of minutes of it left. That's all I could stomach. I'm over it. I'm so over it. But anyways, you guys, do me a favor, do the YouTube things, and I will catch you in the next video. Later. Bye-bye.